Streaming. Streaming and dreaming. Is it live? It's live. What's up? How is everyone doing? I'm still getting everything set up here. It's been a while. This is the first song request or listening party of 2024 for me. I know it's been a while. Let me post the link for patrons. Oh man, it's good to be back. I wonder why it always picks that same thumbnail. I am not a fan of the thumbnail that it auto chooses. All paid members, post. Alright, let's get the chat up on screens. Oh, don't want to listen to myself. This is like amateur hour at the Apollo. First time I've live streamed all year and I'm rusty at it. Okay. Live chat. Top chat. Pop out chat. Come on now. What have I been doing? That's a good question. That is a good question. So I went through a little period of burnout where I had to step away for a while. There was that. And then also I was on vacation for about a week and a half. And I had, life's gotten busy in my personal life. All of that has taken time away from the channel. Life goes in cycles, and right now this is just a sort of a down cycle, or an away cycle in terms of content creation. But have been working on a lot of tunes still, which is great. Also, GUITARofolo, my podcast, in case you haven't watched it. That took a lot of time away from the normal content schedule. GUITARofolo is highly production intensive, and there's a lot that goes into the production, a lot that goes into the editing, a lot that goes into the planning of it. And so, putting out those 5 episodes late last year and the beginning of this year kind of derailed the whole production schedule. It's something new to me. I've never done podcasts prior to that, so there's that. It's a lot of things, man. Alright, YouTube chat. Chrome.exe. That should be fine. Let's make it a little bit bigger. It's much easier to see, if my head's there. Other than that, not really. Alright, still getting set up here. Oh, what's up, Hedos? Is that how you say your name? We're still getting set up here. This is the first listening party of 2024 where I listen to your song requests live. I've got a bunch of requests that came in through patrons, so I'm loading those up now. If you are just tuning in, Patreon is the fastest and easiest way to send in a song request. That is where I'm getting them all from. We got quite a bit to get through today. This is the first song request of 2024. All right. And not only is it the first song request of 2024, I'm late for it. Go figure. Our first request comes from The Sound is Weird. The Sound is Weird. That's interesting. How is it weird? Like, you can't hear it weird, or it's like, it sounds garbled? Because on the monitor, it sounds great. Which is kind of weird. I don't really like hearing myself talk either, but like, it actually sounds pretty clear today. Alright, our first request comes from Mr. Johnny Nguyen 2 weeks ago. Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII, so let me load that up. Boom. That's pretty good. I would say garbled. My voice sounds robotic? What? Let's see what's going on here. Robotic, huh? That's weird. I would say garbled a bit. It was playing 2 times. Robotic. Let me hear this. I'm gonna bring my stream up. Testing. You're right. It does sound robotic. Fuck. It's always something, bro. Maybe I should just stream from my phone. I wonder if that's better. Video captured. Oh. I think I know what the problem is. Okay. How about that? Fucking OBS, dog. Testing 1, 2. All big numbers, posts. Alright, let's see. Testing 1, 2. No, I still hear 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Microphone 1, 2. That's weird. One last test, and then I'm gonna switch input devices. Well, that should be better. The only problem, though, is that I won't be able to hear the actual speakers. Oh man. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't stream for months and you forget how to do it.
This is the hypercam.
All right, last test. 1, 2. You can hear the birds outside my window. Last test. 1, 2. All right. I don't know where the double audio is coming from. There's only one input unmuted, and that's this guy. Speakers. This is so strange. That's muting the video capture device, which there's no audio there. And YT chat, speakers, Windows capture. I don't know what it is. It's lost on me. Maybe restart the stream. Maybe that's what it is. Let me know how the audio sounds for the music. Oh, I don't even see that register. No, that should come through. That's Aerith Seam, by the way, requested by Johnny to win. What? Why is it so doubled? Okay. Alright, there's a logical explanation for this. It's coming through twice because something's playing it back, but I don't have anything playing it back. This is not playing back. Patreon's not playing it back. Does it seem normal? It doesn't seem normal. I hear two of me. I'm gonna mute the mic and see if my voice is still being picked up. Okay, that's muted. You should not hear me right now. That's Aerith Seam, by the way, requested by John. Does it seem normal? It doesn't seem normal. I hear two of me. You should not hear me right now. But I still hear myself. So you still hear me? I still hear myself. That sounds better. Okay, well, that does actually sound better when my mic is muted. What's up, TV on Guitar? Oh my gosh, dude. Alright, so everything works now that the mic is muted. I would love somebody to just come into this studio right now and point out how I am insane, because the mic is muted and I sound better. So another mic is picking you up. This is definitely the mic picking me up because it's registering the input, but there's, for some reason, OBS is doubling the input signal. Although it doesn't display that it's doing that, so I want to say this is just like a bug, because I've Never seen this before. At least the mic looks cool. This is the same mic I've always had, man. And it actually has given me a lot of problems. But I don't think it's so much the mic as it is the 22-year-old analog mixer that it's going into. So that might be the issue. But right now the issue is some kind of bug in OBS, because everything sounds better with the mic muted. So hopefully you still hear Aerith's theme in the background now, which is our first request this month from Mr. Johnny Nguyen. That sounds really loud to me. That's probably too loud for you guys too. Was that too loud? Because that sounds really loud to me, but you let me know. What's up, development of Avoid? Why is everything so hard, you know? Great request. Sounds good to you? All right. So today what we have is a complete disconnect between what sounds good to me and what sounds good to you. But that's okay, because you guys are all that matters. We're gonna go old school so I can hear myself, one headphone off. So it only took us, what, about 30 minutes to get going today? Yeah. Oh, man. Tenji, I'm not sure how I say your name right, if I'm saying your name right, but thank you, man. You say love my videos and my podcast. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate all you for tuning in today. Hopefully you can hear Aerith's theme okay. So I actually really like this. I've heard Aerith's theme quite a bit. I'm pretty sure somebody has requested it in the past. And this is totally in my wheelhouse. It's nice and slow. I like slow songs, you know. So just one last sound check. That's not too loud for everybody. You can hear my voice, okay? Because it's booming in here, man. Clear, yeah. Clear, and whether the levels are like relatively nice to each other. A lot of times in the past, the audio from the music blew away my voice and vice versa. Okay. All right, it's perfect. All right. Cause OBS, man, it's not my friend today. I'm probably one of the few cats still using OBS. I know there's better streaming software out there. You would lower the music very slightly? Okay, we can do that. So that's lowered a little bit. You hear background noise? I think my wife is listening or watching Lord of the Rings on 106 downstairs, and my window's open too, which we can fix. Nice request, Mr. Johnny Nguyen. Aerith's theme. I would totally do this song. There's nothing wrong with it. It is nice and slow. And I think it would translate really well on classical guitar. I'm gonna text the wife to ask her to turn down Lord of the Rings. Alright. Good request, Johnny. Development of Avoid says I'm listening on phone, so it's bassy. I wouldn't be able to tell. I hear some background noise, but it isn't distracting. Everybody hears background noise. Okay. I'm telling you today, the wheels are coming off the bus. Our next request is from Basic Bits. Basic Bits. My boy BB, my favorite YouTube bassist, says, love your videos, but I totally understand the burnout. Okay, yeah. So in the post, I shared that I hadn't been, this is my first stream of 2024. If you notice, I haven't been posting as much lately. I did have to pull back a little bit. Life got busy, work got busy. Guitar tubers, from a production standpoint, got really busy and threw off everything else. So yeah, that is part of why you guys haven't seen me so much. So that's what Basic is saying here. He's like, I understand the burnout feeling sometimes. He then goes on to say, I think this could sound nice on guitar. It's got a few voices going on, but I wonder if it could be worked out as a solo piece. And he is requesting Dr. Mario, the ending theme. The ending theme, Dr. Mario from the NES. So that's an old one, oldie but a goodie. Let's move the chat to the left so you can actually see it. How about that? Man, this is old school. I played Dr. Mario at my friend's house when I was like 6 years old. But I think his version was on the Game Boy. This one would be... There's a lot of voices. There's a lot of voices in this one. Some parts feel doable, others not so much. I tell you, man, with how long it took to get the stream up this time around, the playback is going to be brutal. The first 30 minutes are basically unusable. I think YouTube should include that as a feature in YouTube Studio for creators, where you can just like cut the stream, like crop the stream to, in case there's any technical difficulties in the beginning, you know what I mean? So at least the playback is, watchable. Better still, like if they gave you the ability to like cut out certain parts even, I don't know. Just an idea. Dr. Mario, and this is the ending theme. I like it. I don't love it. It's okay. It also doesn't like pull at my nostalgia. It doesn't hit so nostalgic for me. Because NES was a little bit before my time, honestly. Had to tell her what's what. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta lay the law down. You're like, hey, I'm streaming, okay? Lord of the Rings is gonna have to wait. All right, our next request comes from Louis Tovar. Starship Mario from Super Mario Galaxy 2, max nostalgia level for me, and is the parallel tune to Rosalina's Observatory, which you already covered. Note that there are 3 versions of this song, basically with different instrumentations and voicings. All right, let's give it a listen. I like it already. Dude, of course, BB. I'm sorry I dunked it. Trader Joe's sparkling water. Wait, can you even see that? Trader Joe's sparkling water. The drink of all YouTube champions. It used to be a beer, but I don't really drink too much anymore. So now I'm like completely relegated to sparkling water. Dude, there's so much good music in Super Mario Galaxy though. What happens when I click this? Look at the little heart thing. YouTube is jacked straight up from TikTok. That little heart thing is just like when you like a live stream, just like on TikTok. How's everyone's Saturday going? That's the question. Mine has been busy. It's only gonna get busier too. So I like it. It's sprightly. It's with tunes like this that are very orchestral and have a lot of different voices and moving parts. I always find it difficult to isolate which parts are like doable on classical guitar. But right here, I can totally see this working. Yeah. What makes a song translatable into guitar? into guitar, by the way. Is there a way to know if I can sound good on... Oh, if it can sound good on classical guitar? That's a really good question, man. So, the first thing that I listen to... I try to isolate the bass first, which is tough sometimes, because bass is, for me, the hardest to listen to. And in this case, just... nice open strings. And then, like, I listen to the melody first. So I listen to the bottom and the top first. And if those kind of make sense, and then in the middle, the harmony, if I feel like I can work that out, but then there's some parts, especially with these orchestral tunes, like, I'll show you an example of what I think would be difficult. That tremolo there, to maintain that with the bass would be really difficult. So I think, to answer your question, it's just really, it just depends on the song. There are some tunes, like we might encounter one today, that's like songs that have like really long sustained, like bowed strings, like if it's very violin heavy, that's tough to replicate on guitar because there's just not as much sustain. So if I am gonna cover it, it's gonna end up sounding like pretty much a departure from the original. I always struggle with tunes like that. Let's move on to the next one, and maybe I can give you a better example of like what I'm listening for. A.M. Priester, my boy Alan. Let's see, so he's requesting Hell March. Hell March from Command and Conquer Red Alert. Dude, he also is requesting Guili's theme, but we're going to listen first to Hell March from Command and Conquer Red Alert. Right off the bat, just because I know Command and Conquer's music, that's probably going to be tough to cover. So this might be a good example of for me to share like what's tough, and I think. Like this part's doable, maybe with a little percussive like golpe or body strike. Just that bass line. What's up, Gustavo? No, you're not too late, man. Alright, I'm going to stop it right there, just because this is a good example of, on classical guitar, what would be tough. So like the power chords, and to give it that power with the pick strikes and the pick scrapes. You could totally tune this to drop D or drop C or something, and so you get the power chords, and you could make that work, but that's really not what that's not where classical guitar shines. So right off the bat, this would just be like a fun thing to do. It would be very difficult to make it, sound like the original, or like nobody's gonna recognize it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all about riffs, though. I'm a riff guy. If I plug in my electric, my Strat, we could do this. Yeah, especially like this, that's just the palm muted part with just the open. That would be tough on classical guitar. You're not going to replicate that, And this part too, especially, just because you asked, like those two things, the sliding octaves and the like the riffage is doable, okay, but like it would just sound very different on classical guitar, and it wouldn't do the song justice. So this is an example of a song that would be like, I wouldn't be like chomping at the bit to do this song on classical guitar. But plugging in the electric guitar this would be very easy. Josh, did you play any Final Fantasy Tactics? I've covered music from there, but I've never actually played the game. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to pass on that one, Mr. Alan Priester, just because it's not gonna sound good on classical guitar. If I do it, if you twist my arm enough, if you bake me some muffins and bring them to my house, Alan, that's pretty close to me, keto muffins, then I would be more inclined to plug in the electric guitar and cover this for you. Keto muffins, blueberry. Alan's next request is a little bit more. It's Guili's theme. That's what it is. It's Guili's theme. So immediately, the first thing that comes to mind is, God, this would sound sick on classical guitar. And then the next thing is, oh, Sam already covered it, and he killed it. So it's like, I find myself in this same familiar spot. It's like, do I attempt it because it's already been done so well, and can I do it as good or better? You know, and then that's always the rub. That's always where I end up with tunes like this. Such a great song, though. And just to clarify, like, when I say, can I play it as good or better than Sam, that's not, I don't mean better as in like, oh, that's better. I mean more like, can I bring something new to the table? Can I bring something out of that song that hasn't already been done? Like, is it going to contribute, you know? Because I love his version. I love this request though, Alan. I really do. I do want to do this song. It reminds me of one of the tunes that I have tried to arrange a few times is Ryu's theme, because I was like, well, Guili has already been done, right? Giles has already been done. So I was like, I want to either do like Ryu's theme or maybe Vega's theme. I feel like TV on guitar could do a mean Vega's theme because there's a lot of, Spanish elements to it. And he has a really mean rasgueado technique, which I'm not like 100% comfortable doing. So I feel like he could do Vega's theme. I could do Ryu's theme maybe. But anyway, I've tried Ryu's a bunch of times, and it's kind of like, I've always stopped. I've always kind of hit a wall with it. All right, I dig it. I dig it. I'm gonna keep it in the maybe pile. If anything, I would like to revisit it and see if I can make something out of the. So I already started an arrangement. I've got about like 8 bars of it. Not all that happy with it, so I'm totally comfortable scrapping it. I guess the only thing about this song is just it's been done so well. It's gonna be tough for me. Like I recently did Dance of Pails as an example, which has been a bucket list song of mine for a long time, and for the longest time I could never like finish an arrangement of it. I just always had a wall with it. It was tough for me to find a key and a tuning that worked, and so I eventually kind of ventured away from any conventional tuning. I did an open D minor tuning, and I was able to, at least for me, bring out some elements of the song that I didn't think had been done before on classical guitar. So that's why I was able to do it. Or that was the push. A meat pie with cheese and mushroom. A meat pie with cheese and mushroom. I think you're mistaken this stream for your DoorDash app, perhaps, you know? Like, this is not where you order food, my man. All right, our next request comes from Isaiah Madaz. My boy Isaiah. The Legend of Zelda Linebeck's theme. Linebeck's? Linebeck's? I don't know. Let's just listen to it. I remember this song. This would be a cool one, actually. The more I listen to it, the more it sounds like. I was wondering, do you also do improv for short submission? For example, extend a 40s track into a full-length piece of music, or a 40-second track. Oh, that's a great idea. Sorry I missed that question, by the way. I have not done that before, taken like a small piece and like improv and extended it. I know there's a pianist, Tim DeMann, does that actually. He actually throws his own spin on just about every cover he does, or at least he did for a long time. I haven't done that. I don't think I've done that. Let me think. No, I don't think so. But what I have done is taken a few short 30, 40-second songs from the same game and turned them into a medley because they didn't like stand on their own. So like I did that with, I did a Sonic medley a few years back where it had like, you know, a few. I did that with Ocarina of Time too, an Ocarina of Time medley. I took like all the Ocarina songs and like the shorter songs, like the Marketplace and stuff. And I turned them into like a 10-minute medley. So I have done that before. I'm not sure that counts because there wasn't much improv in there. There is improv in connecting them all and finding like a way to make them kind of flow together. But you know that's not really too much improv. That's more like just arranging. So I've done that. So I like it. Let's see. So Isaiah, I do like Lindbeck's theme. I don't love it, but I do think it would sound good on classical guitar. So I'm gonna leave it up. Isaiah's second request is Super Mario Odyssey, Steam Gardens. Actually, I think I really like this tune. I've heard this one a few times. This would be sick. I like the jazzy, poppy stuff. Such an amazing song, character, game, everything about Lindbeck's theme is amazing. Gustavo says. Did I say Lindbeck's game or Lindbeck's theme? I said theme, right? This is sick. This could sound cool. It's got like a little surfer vibe going on, so it would be, I would have to turn it into something else. Maybe like a jam with some slaps, maybe. That would be cool. I haven't done a slapping song in a while. I kind of went slap happy for a while there. I think I was overdoing it, so I kind of backed off from that. Doing string slaps. I was never really 100% happy with how the slaps sounded in the songs I've done. Just the way they mixed, they just always sounded too harsh to me, so I kind of stopped doing that. But I think in this one you would need to keep the feeling of the original. I really like this. Okay, so of all the requests I've heard today, this is probably the number one spot, because I think this could be a jam. This could be a bop. You know what I'm saying? What's up, dudes? What's up, everyone here? Gibson 17. Ringo, Ivan, ASDD, what's up, dudes? Dudes and dudettes. Appreciate you guys dropping in the Discord. If you're wondering, if you're just tuning in, where you can submit a request for our song requests, if you join on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, you can send in a request. That's where I'm getting them all. Song requests. I used to do them every month. If you've noticed, this is the first request I've done of 2024. It's now March. If you're wondering where I've been, it's been a busy year. And I had to pull back a little bit from content creation. It's just, life gets in the way sometimes of your passions, and you just gotta roll with it, man. Our next request comes from my boy, my dude, my guy, Eric Zig Preston, aka Ziggy, aka Zygmunt Freud. Josh, so sorry to hear about the burnout. I know it's real, and same thing, personal life has been a madhouse recently, so I haven't really been present, but I always appreciate when you are, man. I haven't hit you with this enough in the last 6 months, so I feel I need to bring it back to life. He doesn't give me a title, he just gives me a link, but I bet you it is Mega Man. It's Mega Man. Yes, dude, I know. He's been asking me to cover Mega Man 3 for at least 2 years now. If there was ever a guy deserving of winning a song request, it's Eric Zig Preston. He's requested the main theme from Mega Man 3, this song, for about, I don't know, 2.5 years. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Josh, the guy's been a patron for 2.5 years, and you haven't done any of his songs? You suck. But I'm like, nah, I've done requests by Eric. I've done Eric's request before. Just haven't done this one. Because it would be hard. Who asked earlier how you can identify whether a song is doable? Is Heros? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. This is a great example of a song that would be very tough on classical guitar. So immediately when I listen to it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to slow it way down. And there's a lot going on. So I would slow it down to kind of turn it into like a more, I don't know, low-key kind of thing, low-key jam. Because doing it note for note in the same, with the same feel and the same time as the original would be tough. This one would be tough. I gotta do this song though. Eric's been waiting patiently. Very patiently. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate all your patience. The energy would be complicated to match, yes. 100%. 100%. It would be a tough song to cover. So, Zig already knows that I have tried arranging this song, or I've started at least. So, at least have like the opening 12 bars, 15. No, I got like half the song tabbed out already. I haven't finished the arrangement. I haven't finished an actual framework of an arrangement for the main theme for Mega Man 3 because I'm not happy with it. Like, I have to actually like to play the song. There's very few cases where I will finish an arrangement that like is just like what am I trying to say? Like, if it's so hard to play and it's unenjoyable, very infrequently will I finish it. Like, it's only if like it's part of an album or something and the song has to get done no matter what. Most of the time, like if I start arranging something and it's just like this is like getting harder, this is just weird, it's convoluted, I'll kind of give up on it and I'll like revisit it later. And oftentimes just scrap it. I have so many arrangements of tunes that I have scrapped just altogether over the years, or just kind of gave up on because I'm like, we're not going in the right direction. We either need to try a different key, a different tuning, or a different like something. Like that happens a lot behind the scenes. What you guys see, the finished product, the videos, that's like the probably, you know, sometimes the third or even fourth iteration of something. Not often, not always, but a lot of the time. All right, Eric's second request is, he doesn't give me a title or a name, he just gives me a link. Gusty Garden Galaxy. What a great song, man. The whole game, Super Mario Galaxy, has such great music. Alright, so far it's a tie between this one and Steam Gardens from Super Mario Odyssey, requested by Isaiah. These are like my two favorites so far this month. Yeah. Because this part would be, this whole song is so fantastic, man. I dig it. I dig this song, man. Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. I love Megadeth, don't get me wrong, but it would be very hard on classical guitar. Dude, I know. Mario has some great tunes. Tang says, is it Tang or Tenji? Or is it, am I even close? I'm probably not even close, bro, I'm sorry. But yes, especially Super Mario Galaxy because the later Mario games, you know, they've actually got like real instruments, real orchestral stuff versus like, you know, the nostalgic stuff from the 80s and 90s, which just had sound fonts. So there's a big difference in terms of what they're able to accomplish musically. Tank, cool, man. I was right the second time. First time. So for all the classical guitar channels out there, I know everybody's covered this song, Gusty Garden Galaxy, but I think it's such a classic. It just, it would be great in my repertoire. It would be great in my library. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. So, of all the requests I've heard so far today, it's a tie between Gusty Garden Galaxy and Steam Gardens. So let's move on. Great requests, Ziggy, by the way, and I promise you, man, I will keep working on the Mega Man 3 theme. I know you've been asking for that tune for years now. At least 2 years he's been asking. At least 2 years. All right, our next request comes from my boy Tekkanetti. Tekkanetti. Final Fantasy VII, Don't Be Afraid. I'm already afraid. More battle music, man. Final Fantasy VII has so much battle music. I've already done One Winged Angel. I did Those Who Fight. Now you want me to do Don't Be Afraid. That's a lot, man. I like the battle tunes, though. This would be tough. This would be tough, for sure. Dennis says, maybe not possible for classical guitar, but requesting it anyway. Sunshine Coastline. I'm not doing chat requests right now, maybe at the end. I have a whole list of requests from patrons that I'm doing. If you want to send in a request like for these, check out my Patreon page. The $1 level will let you submit requests. That's where I'm reading them from. I've got quite a few to get through today. We're about halfway done, I think, actually. It'll also give you Discord access where you can come and chat with me and all my buddies. I haven't been on Discord as much lately. That is only because things have gotten kind of busy in my life, but I still am on it. I'm always looking at it. It's like, dude, I wish I could go into it more. Yeah, it's just, it's so tough sometimes, man. I do want to say something about how difficult it is sometimes to be a creator when you have to balance everything in your life. Before I do though, Tech and Eddie, great request. Don't be afraid. I don't really, battle music is tough, man. Like I said, I already did 2 battle tunes from Final Fantasy. Let me check it out. Let me listen to it for a few more times. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not even saying no, but that's a tough one. Tech and Eddie goes on to say also, do you, Josh? Amazing that you're putting any time into your passion project. Also, high tension or medium tension strings. People tell me it depends on the pieces you want to play, but I found higher tension to sound better, almost piano-like. So I already think I responded to you, Tech and Eddie, but I'm definitely a high tension guy. I use Augustine Imperial Blues. I just like the thickness of the string. I like how warm the tone is. I've gotten really used to high tension strings. I have messed around with low and medium tension, but high is just where I'm most comfortable, so definitely a high tension guy on all pieces. And yeah, like when I used to play electric a lot too, I'd choose really thick gauge strings, like anything like 11 or more I liked. Sometimes 12s. 9s I rarely used. 9s were too thin for me, so I always liked thicker strings, man. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, just being a creator is so tough, guys. Like, right after the pandemic, man, I had so much time. I had so much time on my hands, and I like set this precedent early on where I was like, oh, I could do a request every month and do all this other stuff, and just, yeah, everything's awesome. And then that was cool and everything, but then I tried to keep that going for years later, and I just slowly have fallen behind more and more as time went on, and so that's why I had to kind of, like, to get balance back, I had to pull back a little bit. And so now I'm only doing song requests. You could check, I posted it on Patreon, like what I plan to do with the song requests. Like, I'm not doing one every single month anymore. It's more of like a seasonal thing, like quarterly, if you will. I'm doing a few more in the back half of the year that are like holidays, because I like the holidays, you know, like Halloween and Christmas, but yeah. Alright, so our next request comes from Adrian Hueso. Adrian says, I'm picking this song as a shout out to Akira Yeah, man, Akira Toriyama, who recently left us. Rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, he was the Dragon Ball. What else did he do? He did quite a bit. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you requested a Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball GT opening. Let's check it out. This brings back memories. What's up, HDG? Thanks for becoming a patron, man. I just saw that you joined. Much appreciated, my brother. Actually, you could be sister too, right? HDG, that's very... could be anything. The Dragon Ball GT opening. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Life is so short, guys. Really. We take it for granted. We take for granted how much time we think we have, and we don't have that much time. We don't have as much time as we think we have. Oh, that was you, Heros. Am I saying your name right? Heros? Heros? I'm terrible with name pronunciation, man. So, I loved Dragon Ball growing up, and I remember this anime quite fondly, actually. I'll mess around with it. Anime stuff is usually very high energy and it's tough. I've tried to cover anime tunes, like I did Attack on Titan. I don't think it came out very well. It obviously did not do very well, so I'm kind of hesitant to do anime stuff. Some cats are really good at it. I'm not. The high energy stuff I try to mess around with. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, I'm always out of my comfort zone when I'm doing like high energy bombastic stuff like this one, you know. I think I'm just a dark person and this is just too happy for me. Oh, the S is silent. Hero. Hero. Yeah, I like it, man. Let me noodle with it, because this is... I've always said it's tough to cover songs with vocals for me. Because there's a lot of repetition of notes. I set these like mental barriers for myself. Like this is not that hard of a song, but when it gets going, that's when it's kind of hard for me. I feel like acoustic OST could cover this really well, though. He does so much anime stuff. He just has a knack for it, you know. Alright, let's go to the next one. Oh wait, let's check here. So, yeah, that's Adrian's only request. Our next request comes from Campo. Camposito. Okami. Ooh, I dig Okami, man. Ryoshima Coast. Such an underrated game. The music's incredible in Okami, man. incredible. There's a lot going on in this one. Edo says, I love Okami. I replayed it a few months ago and I thought it was still gorgeous thanks to the art style. I've only done one song from Okami and it was actually a request. I think Tekkeneti was the one that requested it actually. Tekkeneti says, I'm on a Castlevania cookie. Since Dracula's Castle was released, went back and reheard Dance of Pales album. Oh man, I think so, man. I do think I would like to do an album this year for Symphony of the Night because I've got another one I haven't even like shared with you guys. I'm doing Tragic Prince also. So yeah, I think I would like to. I think I'm gonna do it, man. I think that's my next album. Because I've got Tragic Prince. Tragic Prince is in the works. Dracula's Castle is in the works. I just did Dance of Pales. I think I want to redo Lost Painting because I don't really like my version. I've already got Dance of Gold in the bag. That's done. That's 5. I've got Requiem. That's 6. And I would need I would yeah, man, Tragic Prince, which surprisingly works really well on guitar because I've been messing around with an open D minor and open G minor tunings and it just makes it so much easier, dude. I dig this song. There's a lot going on in it though, and it would be tough, man. Also, it is hard with a single instrument to create that level of, I don't know, epicness. I love the music from Okami though, so I don't want to say no, but that one would be tough. That would be tough, Compo. Great request though. Compo's next request is Within the Giant from Final Fantasy IV. He goes on to say, I'd love to hear acoustic guitar interpretations of both of these all-time favorites. So that was both Ryoshima Coast from Okami and Within the Giant from Final Fantasy IV, which we're going to listen to And Campo also says, also, you have an amazing set of songs already in your repertoire. Appreciate that, man. Put yourself first. I'm in full support of you keeping a schedule that is healthy for you. Dude, you rock, Campo. I appreciate it. Let's listen to your other request here. Within the Giants. Dude, Tekken Eddie, I didn't know you were such a fan of Symphony of the Night, dude. You got great taste, man. Yeah, I know. Requiem was kind of a departure too, because it doesn't it doesn't really sound anything like the original, because the original is just like choir voices. But I've always loved that song, man. Like, the whole soundtrack, the whole Symphony of the Night soundtrack to me is just like, I put it on this like pedestal. That it's like, it's so relative, because what is so special to us, I think, has so much to do with how nostalgic it is, like how we felt about it during our childhood versus, you know, if somebody were to listen to Symphony of the Night for the first time today, I wonder how they would feel about it. I wonder if it would even, you know, do anything for them. Because for me, when I listen to it, I just think about so much of my childhood and like how great everything was. And even though my childhood wasn't that great, but like when you're a kid, you have your whole life in front of you. And you know, Lush Life is simpler. I feel like these song requests get really deep and philosophical. At least mine do. Oh, you're 40. Okay, dude. So I'm 38. Okay, for some reason I thought you were younger. Not sure. Yeah, for some reason I don't know why I would have thought that. But yeah, dude. So we're the same age, pretty much. Like, so you were like pretty much in the same. If you played it when it came out, you were around the same time in your life. That was pretty cool. Within the Giant from Final Fantasy 4. I don't know if I said 4 before. It would be tough. This song, you know, just listening to it for the first time, the arpeggiated strings with the moving melody at the top, that would be tough right here to capture on one instrument. I think I could do it though. he said confidently. I like it, man. It's a good request. It's tough. This would be tough though. You guys, so a lot of these requests are pretty tough. I think I could figure out a way to do it though. How we felt during it, yeah, music adventure as a kid. Now they're nostalgic odysseys. That's a good way of putting it, man. I haven't heard a cover of this either. This would be cool. If anybody would cover something from Final Fantasy, I feel it would be John Oath. He's just got like such a huge library of Final Fantasy stuff. I'm gonna check to see if he's got a cover of it. And then rip it off him, and then call it my own, you know? Great request, Campo. Appreciate the kind words, appreciate all your support. Okay, this actually looks like our last request from Patreon. Let me reload the screen to make sure nothing has come through, but it's from Gustavo Gibson, my boy Gustavo. Hey Josh, I've been watching your videos for a while and recently joined Patreon. Appreciate that, buddy. I'm practicing my skills. My goal is to play your arrangement of Cast Theme by the end of this year. I'm not the best guitar player, but I'm relearning with your tabs. Dude, that's awesome, man. And that's a good one to it's very straightforward. You know, standard tuning, and it's not too difficult. I mean, at least like compared to some of the other stuff that I've done. So that's cool, man. It would be amazing to see you arrange one of these songs. So he gives two requests. The first one is Heartache from Undertale, or Undertale, as you might have come to. I just pasted the link in the search bar. Matthew Martin Guitar, what's going on, dude? Matthew says, Josh, your Castlevania stuff is amazing. No particular request, just need to be said. Dude, thank you. Yeah, Castlevania. We were just talking about that, actually. Castlevania's our favorite game around here. Especially right now. This would be a cool one. I don't have any covers from Undertale, right? Right, I have Earthbound. I always mix those two up for some reason. All right, and it looks like Ringdo actually joined on, sent in a request through Discord, which is totally acceptable. We will listen to that after this one, after these next two. Ringdo, Gustavo. I think you can pull off this song. Gustavo says it's amazing, weird, like all Toby Fox songs. Dude, yeah, I think it actually is doable, Gustavo, but that bass that's like constantly dancing, that's the part that would be tough to replicate. By the way, do you have some kind of Google sheet with all the songs that which have already been requested? Oh, so all of the songs that we've been doing today. If you join on Patreon, you can see the thread, the song request thread, and that's what I read from. When it gets too big, which sometimes it does, it is difficult to read through Patreon, so I will export it. But that's like the list you can watch. And then there are some cats that send it through Discord. If they like haven't got the song request in time, they'll send it through Discord, which you can totally do too. And then if there's time, I'll start reading them from chat. But all of these ones that we've been doing have been from Patreon. And if you're looking for the thread is called The First Song Request of 2024. That's the one we're reading from. Great request, Gustavo. It's going to be tough. That one would be a stretch, man. I feel like I said that for every request today. I think Gusty Garden Galaxy is the number one so far. Gustavo's second request is the title theme from Final Fantasy, is that 13? I'm bad with my Roman numerals. Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy is such a killer franchise, isn't it? Saving the best for last, man. I love it. Dude, this is it. Yeah, I think it looped. That's beautiful, man. I can't find anything I don't like about it. Especially like this part, the kind of like the floating part. Yeah, this hits just right. This is kind of what I was looking for. A song that you can really just rubato the shit out of, you know? Where time is meaningless. You know what I mean? Let's listen to it one more time. That was a great one, man. So I would have to say, coming in right at the end, Gustavo probably has, at least from this first day of listening, this is like the number one song for me. So I think this is the one in first position. My next step is going to be to locate some sheet music for it. That's generally how I start my arrangements. I'll get some piano sheet music and just start arranging it, man, seeing if it's playable and see what it feels like. Yeah, this is a great song. Great request, man. This is nice, man. It's a Gray Stark. What's up, Gray Stark? Gray Stark, hey man, I love your guitar tuber vids. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind my asking? What do you think I do? What do you think I do? That's the question. You give me your best guess, and then I'll answer. Okay, so I only have one more request that came in through Discord, but that's all of the Patreon requests. But I gotta say, this is in the number one spot, Gustavo. So great request. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is like where I'm at in my musical headspace right now, and I wasn't kidding when I said you could, I'm looking for a song you can rubato, like one that you can just really feel. I'm glad I could bring something to the table. Looking forward to hearing arrangements. Yeah, man. I would have to say you won, at least as of today. This is probably going to be the one that I do, barring any catastrophe, right? great. This is great, man. Great start. I'd guess something in web dev, something work from home. You're close, man. Yeah, and it definitely work from home. I'm actually my day job is a director of IT infrastructure. And I've been doing that for my whole life, man. IT stuff. The last request comes from, let me bring it up on Discord because it's on my mobile. Comes in from still loading. Mr. We're just gonna call him R. Hey Josh, really like your covers and also the song request live stream. Don't do it on group chat, so just send my request, private chat, and I hope that's okay with you. My request is the OST of Activision's 2010 video game Singularity. The song name is Stormbreaker, and I found the piano version on YouTube. All right, let's listen to the piano version. And that should round out our Patreon song requests. So if you guys have any other requests that you want me to listen to in chat before we depart, feel free. But I always like to get through the patron ones first. Greystock says, close enough. It's always a struggle for me to associate people with mundane jobs who have sick talent, music, or other artistic stuff behind. The stupid heart thing keeps getting in the way for me, so I can never read the end of anyone's sentences. I don't know why YouTube put that heart thing there. Talent in music. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Well, I think you could argue it's a mundane job. You know what I mean? No, that's not offensive, dude. It is a mundane job. So, there are some people though that love their job. That finishing the. There are some people that love their job that do similar things, though. You know. I'm not one of them. I think if you do something long enough, it just inevitably kind of wears you down, you know, unless you like love it. This is a cool song. I've never heard this one before. Okay, so before we finish, let's listen to the original, because this was just the piano version. But it's called Singularity from Stormbreaker. Wait, no, it's called Stormbreaker from Singularity. Whatever. I've never heard of it. Oh. Is it? Is this it? Oh, okay. This does sound good. I kind of like the original, even though they're both piano, right? Office job, I guess, is what you would call it. I'm a translator. That's interesting, dude. I feel like being a translator, that sounds like a really cool job to me. But, you know, it's always like the grass is always greener on the other side, you know? I feel like being a translator is such an important job because so much of everything, business, economics, diplomacy, it relies on good communication. And so a translator, making sure I just feel like that's a very meaningful and important job versus, developing an app, A game translator, okay. I don't know what that is, but it still sounds more interesting than what I do. This is cool though. I like the ominous stuff. I would have to say the number one though of all of today. It comes from Gustavo. Yeah. This is the song that has won this song request for me. It's just where I'm at personally right now, and I think this would translate super well on classical guitar, and I feel like one could really make this one work. Oh, you worked on Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, so do you just take dialogue and translate it, or just the game script and just translate it so that it's for different languages? That sounds really cool. That does not sound mundane, but that's coming from somebody who's not a game translator. All right. That was our song request, guys. That was it. This is number one of all of the ones I heard today. Now, for those of you who have not participated in any previous song requests, this doesn't mean that all of the other ones are losers, and it doesn't even mean that this is the one that, or it doesn't mean that the other ones won't get done. What it means is that this one will for sure get done. And off the top of my head, the other one that I already am working on because he's been requesting it for 2.5 years is the main theme from Mega Man 3. So those are the two that I'll be working on over the next couple of months. This one, requested by Gustavo, and Mega Man 3, the title theme, requested by Mr. Eric Sig Preston. Boom. Gustavo says, I'll be waiting for that video in tabs. I know you will make it sound cool. Wow, dude, I appreciate it, man. I hope that I can do it justice. That's always the challenge. So typically, Gray Stark, you say dialogue only and you're just handed an Excel spreadsheet. I guess that could get if you just are column A is the dialogue in this language and you have to translate it into column B, column C. Yeah, I guess that does kind of take the magic out of it. But when you tell somebody what you do, it sounds way cooler. Oh, I'm a translator for video game translator. That's cool. It sounds cool. Anyway, sorry, on guitar, I think it's possible to do The Man with the Machine Gun from Final Fantasy VIII. I know that song. Some things that are possible, though. are not always the man with the machine gun. So, on one guitar, on a classical guitar, it would just be tough. It would be very tough because you don't have counterpoint going on, but you have like two very different things going on at once in that opening part. And they're not in two entirely different registers. They're like very close. You got the and then so you got it's doable. It's gonna sound a lot different. Then you have the bass single. So there are some elements of it that I think you could bring out. You could definitely do it with two guitars. Like a Super Guitar Brothers thing when you got like two guys doing two very different things on a steel and a nylon, totally doable. But if you're talking about just one, I think it would be tough, man. And that's always the thing when you're arranging for a solo instrument, you're making a lot of compromises, especially with a song that has a lot going on. The whole thing. If I were to write a book about arranging, you would have an entire chapter or section of the book dedicated on tasteful compromise. You have to make a lot of concessions and compromises when you're arranging because like you can't do everything on one instrument, so you have to find a way to isolate what is, the key elements of the song that would make it sound like the original song, and then also like not give up too much. But then also not do too much, because if you do too much, then it's not fun to play, and nobody's gonna want to play it. And yeah. Oh, you've been waiting for Super Guitar Bros to do it, exactly. Like they're the ones that can take like, I don't know, like a tune that's like. As soon as you add because they're two very talented musicians, as soon as you add a second instrument, it just opens up a world of possibilities with. In terms of covering, you can make a lot less compromises. All right, dudes, thank you for everybody that stopped in. Thank you to everybody who's still here for taking time out of your Saturday to hang out with me and listen to these 6 song requests. I appreciate it more than you know. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting me on Patreon. Thank you to everybody that joined today. You guys rock, man. It's because of you that I still love what I do, man, and love coming on here and making music and covering video game music. I love revisiting these little pockets of nostalgia with you. I love talking music and games and life. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. That is it. The winner, by the way, is Gustavo with the main theme from Final Fantasy 27. No, I'm just kidding. Final Fantasy 13. I'll see you guys. Probably see you guys in a couple of months. We're not doing a song request every month. If you're curious about the exact schedule, check me out on Patreon. I made a post about it, and it has all of the details. And if you are a Guitar Tubers fan, I've got a few really cool episodes coming up. I've got one that I haven't finished editing yet with Beatrix Guitar, and I've got one with Michael Dobkin, and I've already got verbal agreements to do a Super Guitar Brothers episode. That's right, with Sam Sam and Steven Strums. No official date yet, but they gave me the green light, so we're in the planning stages. And if everything goes according to plan this year, I have got one more episode lined up with Beyond the Guitar. I just need to nail him down with a date. So I've got a few things in the hopper with Guitar Tubers, so it should be cool. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys.